My name is Christina Riley. I'm the founder of the Nature Library, and I'm going to choose a few winter reads. These can either be enjoyed while you're indoors during winter when it's cold, or they can encourage you to go outdoors by tapping into little elements of nature in different ways. So my first recommendation is Elementum Journal. It's a journal of nature and story created and edited by J. Armstrong, and it's just page after page of fiction and non-fiction essays, poetry, all original artwork created for the individual stories. So you'll see there's not an advert in sight. You can just dip in and out. You can really take your time with it and just curl up with this over the winter season. The theme of this issue is hearth, so fire, fireside, home, warmth, just all of those wonderful things to read about over winter. So there's so much in here, names you'll recognize, new names that could become new favorite writers. Elementum Journal. Second book recommendation is a winter book by Tove Jansson, probably best known for her Moomins work, but I actually missed that as a child for some reason, so this was my introduction to Tove Jansson's work, and it's absolutely magical. It's all short stories, all have this kind of childlike, mysterious, kind of otherworldly quality, but also really tapping into day-to-day experiences, drawing from her own childhood, but then also out with that and going into quite really spectacular, very captivating lands. The first book, for example, my favorite one, or the first story within this book, is all about the rolling of a stone home by what I believe is a small girl. I'm not actually sure if that's ever mentioned, but that's what I picture. Rolling this stone home. It's silver and flaking, almost like snowfall silver glimmering as she's like flaking off as she's rolling it home. And just this image, to be so captivated by this simple act of bringing this home and finding it, the magic of finding it and then making sure you get it home, is just, I was hooked instantly and knew that this would be quite a special book. So would highly recommend for short fiction stories to dip in and out of a winter book. Lastly is Kathleen Jamie, Sightlines. She's probably one of the most significant writers for me when it comes to people who are writing about place and landscape and what we view as the natural world. Like a winter book, it's all short stories, but these are all non-fiction, so they're all taken from Kathleen Jamie's personal experience, people she's met, places she's been, just looking at the natural world as well as the links between how we are a part of the natural world, so really focusing on that fact that there is no difference between the two. She's looking at what's natural, what's human-made, and the emotional connections that we experience between each other and between nature. And it's a style of nature writing that I just found really refreshing to read. She talks about nature and what she loves about nature, what there is to love about nature, but without romanticizing it. I think it's beautiful enough as it is. She doesn't feel the need to embellish or exaggerate anything. She just kind of has this very matter-of-fact way of speaking, but the matter-of-fact is nature is incredible, so it kind of all ties in together in a really beautiful, harmonious way. So I just really love the style of her writing, what she chooses to write about. Can't really say enough praise for Kathleen Jamie's work, and Sightlines is my choice for a winter read. Possibly because I think there are some quite kind of cold, wintry stories in here. That might be throughout all of her books, I'm not sure, but this is the first one I read. It's probably my favourite one, although I regret saying that now. I don't know if I could choose a favourite, but anyway, my favourite story in this one is called The Valsalen. It's the whale hall in Norwegian, So she goes there and it follows her through the hall as she is just in the presence of these impossibly grand but then kind of surprisingly inconspicuous whale bones, just pieces of these incredible creatures, and the play with scale I think that she does, with looking really closely and then looking at the bigger picture, that essay just kind of sums all of that up, I think. So yeah, I think whether she's writing exclusively about nature or just on a more broader theme, she has a style of writing that just really makes you pay more attention to your surroundings. And that can be just when you're inside reading a book, or it can be when you're out either in winter, or throughout the year. So always, every season, Kathleen Jamie. So that's 3 book recommendations from the Nature Library to enjoy over winter and connect with the natural world from your own home, or to inspire you to get outdoors.